I'd say there is quite a lot of inequality. I think the students definitely need some more support from the government and from the older generation. I think we're not being respected as much. Like, since we're the new generation, we should get more support, definitely.
Like, I can only sort of comment on what I see in my job and things like that, but in terms of healthcare and all that, you see a lot of families who come in with real third world kind of diseases, especially like rheumatic fever and all that sort of thing, and it's something that can be easily dealt with by providing home. And I guess even if you look in Christchurch, a lot of people still don't have the basics after 4 years.
One of my main ones that I've experienced myself is commercial exploitation. Businesses are taking advantage of people like graduates like myself and paying them, like 30k salary to start with, and then dragging that on and using that excuse as you don't have experience and so on.
I think it can be helped. There's always going to be a lower class, middle class and upper class, unless you give the lower class people more money and the middle class people more money so that we're all upper class. So you take the upper classes people's money away, then we're never going to be equal.
From my country, equality is really hard to be seen. Because, politicians, if we talk about the government in my country, it's just not fair. No one's treated fairly. Everyone's pretty much, we agree with doing something like bribery, because, everyone just wants money in my country. But, I can see the big differences in New Zealand and in the Philippines, because, everyone goes by the rules here.
Our country is becoming a lot more diverse, and some people are against some of it, and you can see there is a little bit of harshness and judgment around.
I feel that New Zealand as a whole is equal, but in certain areas is divided. Like in schools, it's quite racist, and people aren't treated as equals like we try to treat people in our government.
There's so many homeless people, and there's so many children not being able to afford schooling and shoes and food and lunch each day. I think something should definitely be done about that.
What I've seen and living here for the last 3 months, there's definitely a difference in kind of privilege and access to education and access to all those things that kind of make up a good quality of life. But I do think that it's certainly a whole lot worse in other parts of the world.